Okay. Now, I'm going to just be plain and simple. Because I'm sick of the game. Just like everybody else should be sick of the game. But I keep learning that most are not sick of the game. Because they would like the game to keep on continuing. Because a lot of my black brothers and sisters are not using their brain and they don't care to use a brain. And a lot of my black brothers and sisters get emotional right now because I'm about to hurt feelings. Okay? All of the things that y'all like to play with of, ooh, that's not nice to say. Well, you know what? I'm going to keep on bringing stuff that people don't like to hear. Because the shit is, y'all want to talk about they did this, they did that to us, right? Well, you know what? All the stuff that they did to us, right? It's horrible and it's sick. But you know what's the sad thing about it? It got 55% of the people in the so-called hood, in our so-called ghettos. It's just bleeding death upon death, upon death, upon death, upon death, upon death. And one thing that I'm going to come down on, it's not the music game. It's not the rap game or the so-called business. No. When you look at this thing we call the rap game, how many different people you see arguing, how many different people you see fighting, not now, in 2025. I'm talking about from before. For example, the biggest people that they use, excuse me for that, is Biggie and Tupac. Now, Biggie and Tupac passed away in the 90s. Now, some people don't see the pattern. But like I say, I study patterns and I study behavior. And I'm going to say it, since a lot of people like to play with it. From I was a little kid, my mom's always tested me and my brother, and sometimes I failed the test, sometimes I passed the test, but my main point is, I love the test though, because it was the point where my mother was training us to know things that we didn't know, or know things that we thought we know, but we didn't know fully. So, with that being said, I grew up being very confident in knowing a lot of things in the world and in the so-called community that we call, So, sometimes many people didn't like me because I seen around the corner before I walked down the block, okay? I was on the stoop before I got outside the bathroom, and if you don't know what that means, I will explain it to you. I seen it before it happened, because when you see something before you happen, it's behavior pattern and it's human behavior. So you know what people are going to do, because many people in this world, in the hood, don't change, don't evolve. So you know what's going to happen. It's just like when the police come in the hood. They know where to go, because you know why? Every day, dudes are going to stay in the hood. Girls are going to stay in the hood in the same exact spot. How many times you're going to get caught like that in the same spot, same area? I'm going to teach my people better, because the sickness got to stop. Okay? The sickness got to stop, and this is why I say I'm not with nobody. Not with nobody, because nobody going to spit it how I spit it, and nobody going to tell it how I tell it. Because for years that I've been doing this individually, many people, family or friends and strangers, Then said I'm crazy for what I said, and you know what? I tell everybody, keep that same energy, okay? Because I ain't just pick up on this last night. I ain't just pick up on this yesterday. When it came to black excellence, before Puffy and Jay-Z, I've been on black excellence. I've been looking for my people to get to an example where we could show young kids and we could show the next generation of how we supposed to move and how we supposed to live. So when I say nobody can't tell me anything about black people or the world, I mean that to my soul. Okay? I mean that to my soul. And it's just like that. Now let me get the example and drop down this example what I want to drop down. Okay, for example, you had Biggie was on Bad Boys, right? Biggie was on Bad Boy Records, right? Now, Biggie and his opponent, as they would want to make it, was Tupac, right? And who Tupac was down with? Death Row, right? Now, I am just using Biggie and Tupac as two examples, but the thing changed over and over, because we're going to get to the next two examples. You have Gucci Mane, and you have Young Jeezy. After that, you have T.I. and Young Flip. You could put T.I. and Shorty Low in there as well. My main point is, when you look at the stupid rap game and the stupid music industry, certain things happen of these people having beef, as in Biggie and Tupac. Okay, let's be politically correct and let's be straightforward. Because I don't know how people be calling themselves street people or gangsters or thugs or whatever they want to call themselves. Bless up your average logic thinker. Now, I don't care what nobody say, but this is how ignorant people are. Biggie wasn't no street person. So get that out of your mind. Yes, he may be hustled a little bit and sold a little stuff, but let's stop it, okay? Let's stop it, because his mother, Valletta Wallace, she didn't raise a street N-word as people would like to say, okay? And the sad thing is, as black people, and I'm going to always say it, we like to spit in each other's faces. You feel me? Because the young spit in the old face and the old spit in the young face. Now, let me drop. Biggie mother was a Jamaican woman that bust her butt. She bust her butt. You know? Work hard. Work hard. And you ain't never really hear too much about Biggie's father, because he wasn't even really in the picture, okay? Miss Wallace bust her butt, as Biggie know and as the world seen, okay? In his life, he had a choice to say, you know what? I'm going to take these things you call words, and I'm going to put them on a paper. And I'm going to help my mother. And I'm going to help my crew called Junior Mafia get out the so-called hood. Get out the so-called ghetto. Now, this where it goes deep, where our black people need to really learn. Because the streets ain't nothing for us. And the streets ain't doing nothing but taking all of our people to the graveyard slowly, bit by bit. And I'm going to tell you how. Because some people will say they mind their business and they're not into that. Well, trust me. Let me say something. It's funny how a lot of black people like to say that's none of my business. Well, you know what? If you're a lawyer, right, and somebody is a prostitute, or somebody is a whore, or somebody is a gangster, and you're a regular store person, they will say, I have nothing to do with that. Well, okay. And this is where I learn nowadays where the community is really broken. The community is really broken apart. The community, it fell apart. The community is shattered. Now, when you look at, for example, Biggie Mom's bust her ass, you know? But in rapping or stupid rap music, Biggie has to tell you in his rhymes how he grew up rough. But as Busta Rhymes said, he can't tell you about struggling because his mother and father was hard-working West Indian parents. And this is why I say the street mentality needs to stop in the hood. Okay? Because you have a lot of parents, whether they're Caribbean or whether they're black American. I'm not with African American, okay? I'm not with using that word. Black American. That's what I use, okay? Or just black. Now, when you see black Americans in America, right, that work hard for their children to get up every day as the sun shines, none of them is working hard for their sons or daughters to come and say they're gangsters or they're thugs or they gang banging or they gang. Okay? None of them working for that. But we as a community, as a people, we don't see the dirt and the spit that we throw in each other's face for the example of. People will probably say, oh, you can keep that over there. That's household. No. It's all of us. It's every community, because when you look at the aura and when you look at the culture of certain things, this hip-hop or this stupid street culture, it really dumb our people down to the point where they think that death is good, where they think hurting people is okay, where they think that drinking is okay, where they think that taking drugs is okay, where they think that living and learning and loving, that's soft and that's stupid. Okay? But then again, this is why I say we can't let stupid people teach our people, because when people get locked up in our so-called community and they think they learned the lesson, what do? They run to religion. They run to either Christianity, they run to Islam, they run to Rasta, they run to Hebrews. Now I'm saying, right, all of those different ways of life or religions that I just named. And this is why I'm going to always fight for my people to know their spirituality and not know religion. Okay? Because time by time again, if you know yourself spiritually on this universe, you would fix a lot of problems, because you wouldn't make your energy move in certain energies and frequencies. But if you don't know yourself, it's easy for you to say you're a Christian today. 7 years later, you're a Muslim. Then 7 years later, then after that, you're a Hebrew Israelite. Some people would like to say that, oh, why are you dissing on that person? They're trying to find themselves. No. You could only find yourself one time, and that's finding your soul and your spirit, not bouncing around to different man-made religions. If you don't like what I just said, so be it. I could care less. I'm not here to pet, and I'm not here to powder on nonsense, okay? Because I'm going to keep saying it. Before my people was fed religion, we knew the spiritual realms in this world. And some still know, but many are lost into the religion sector. Okay? So, and the sad thing is, right? Let me tell you the sad thing about religion. If you don't agree with somebody, a certain thing of a religion, that's when they'll call you a demon or a shaitan or this and that. But why do you watch stupid rappers every day? Some of them with Jesus pieces on, some with crosses on, some with this and that on. But you see them doing devilish things. Just like in Hollywood. You see them doing devilish things, right? But these are the people that you want the hood to look up to. I could care less about a rap boy or a rap girl. Because I know it's just a facade. I know it's just a fake. I know they're just putting up a front. Okay? And the sad thing is, the ones that actually lead the hood and get into the rap game to tell their story and to tell their pain, those is the ones that people blackball. But the ones that come out there to masquerade every day and jump around, people love them like living clowns every day. You could do deep, 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 deep. You could make any stupid song and the people will love it. And this is why every day in this so-called stupid rap game, and I'm going to call it stupid rap game because it's full of nonsense. It ain't nothing in this rap game when they could keep teaching people, melanated people, to keep on hurting each other, melanated people to keep on drinking syrup, keep on drinking liquor, keep on sniffing cocaine, keep on taking pills. I don't care about that nonsense because that ain't helping my people. And for the dummies in the world and the dummies in America and around the world, let me talk to you, FBA. What is you producing with this nonsense called rap music? Huh? What is you producing? Because it's all gravy, right? For you to call something a culture. What culture? What culture are you talking about when it's nothing but death? Huh? You know how much men and women I look at every day from I was a young kid talking about a culture and a civilization that they see dying every day? It ain't nothing civilized about the rap game. It ain't nothing civilized about that joint because they will tell you. And the sad thing is, I'm going to tell you this, my black people. You want to call it civilized, but when people, as your own black people, try to correct you, right? You want to act like you bad and say that they nerds, or they suckers, or they punks, or they 9-to-5 people, or they goody two-shoes. No, they ain't none of that. You just poisoning yourself, and you poisoning your people, and you not man enough and woman enough to step up in this universe. Forget about the streets. Forget about that corner. Step up in the world for real and step up in this universe. And the reason why I could talk bold like this, because I don't care, because it ain't nobody in them so-called sucker streets gonna ever bring back nobody I lost. Nobody. You ain't taking none of my people out of them jail cells, and you ain't bringing nobody back from them 6 feet under graveyard. It ain't none of y'all coming back. And that's the same thing with millions of men and women in America. You know that your people ain't coming back, and they died off a stupid street game, and they died off a stupid rap game. How many people died from the streets of stupidity? How many people died because it is stupid? Stupid. I'm going to say it again with a capital S. Stupid rap game. What is this stupid rap game teaching black men in America? Huh? And the reason why I always put the black man first, because you know why? In America, when it comes to the rap game, right? When did our black women ever really get respect for their art? But you always throw the black man out there. And he get respect because for example, if you want to throw it off the head, you'll hear Queen Latifah. You'll hear about MC Lyte. You'll hear about Miss Melody. You'll hear about Nicki Minaj. You'll hear about Foxy Brown, Rod Digger, Little Kim. But then again, why must we hear about 80% of the men but only like 10% of the women? And that's to show you, in this music industry, not the rap game, the music industry, it always pushed the males out there and it put the women in the background. So as I said before, and as I always said, nobody would ever speak for me. Oh no, excuse me, your logic thinkers. I was just using some ladies as an example, but thank you so much, because Queen Pen, she is one of those. I still play A Party Ain't a Party. Okay, I still play that song, and to be honest, I work out to that song sometimes. I jog to that song, A Party Ain't a Party. Okay, I play that. So the sad thing is, I'm glad you said that, your logic think. I'm really glad you said that, for real. I'm glad you said that. And you see, this is why I like, and I always say we need to help each other out. Even though I was using those certain ladies as an example and I didn't mention Queen Pen, check this out. When you even mention a veteran like that came before Nicki Minaj, that came before Cardi B, that came before Connie Diamonds. Oh my gosh, no you didn't. And there you go again. Lauryn Hill, L Boogie, New Jersey's own. They blackballed Lauryn Hill, right? But the miseducation of Lauryn Hill, I'm going to keep saying it. That is one of the best, not rap albums, but one of the best albums ever made. From I was born in 1984 to 2025 right now. That album of Lauryn Hill, it's one of the best albums ever made. The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill. If you never heard that album, please go get that album and go listen to it, because that's what you call a music masterpiece. And if you could make a music masterpiece like that, you must have a shining armor of gold inside your soul. But this music industry that we live in, I watched for years upon years upon years with many different people talk trashed about Lauryn Hill. From the males mostly, okay? I heard males mostly bash Lauryn Hill, from reggae artists to hip hop artists to many different artists and even executives. I watch people bash Lauryn Hill. For the example right now, where I'll get to that later, but let me give Lauryn Hill her roses and her respect as always. She gave you art and she gave you life, because you still feel some of them songs if they come on till this day. Some of them songs come on, whether you're a lady or a man, you feel them songs in your soul. That is soul music. That is music that's made for the heart and that's made for the soul. Not temporary music that you could just jump up in clubs and party to. Okay? And that's the thing where we say timeless music. When you look at some of these rappers, whether it's a male or female, they making temporary music that lasts for 2 years or lasts for a summer or lasts for a winter. And then when you turn around from, I'll give you an example. If we had a good song that's named Icy, right? It rocked out for 2024. But soon as 2025 summer come, nobody don't care about that song no more. But if you take example like Whitney Houston, I Will Always Love You, what happened to that song? That song will ring out throughout time. Okay? Because when this generation of us, the people that's living now, 50 years now, that song will still rock. Hold on. Zion is one of my favorite, and you give us her truth. Zion is one of my favorite tracks. Same here for me, man. Like that song right there. Yo, hold on. Let me pause. And that's why I don't like what the music industry did to her. Okay? And people like Pras and Wyclef, they did her dirty, cause I'm not saying that any one of us is perfect, right? But you know what? We all have our faults. And we all have our time where we fall. But your brothers and your sisters is supposed to help you get up. And as I always say, sometimes people as individuals, you don't have the strength to pick yourself up. It's okay for people to be cocky in this world and always say they got it. It's cool for you to say that, but the real reality, you know that many people in this world, they cannot pick themselves up. And this is why I always say, I don't care how heavy the person is, not in weight, but I mean the burden of helping them up. I don't care how heavy the burden that you carry. I'm going to try my best to always pick you up. Okay? I'm going to always try my best to pick you up. Because it got heavy burdens in this world that people carry. And some people are so crazy that they laugh at people that carry heavy burdens, and they'll tell you, oh, that's their own life. So you telling me your child life is your own life? You telling me your mother life is your own life? Or your father life? Or your grandparents' life? We are in this world to help each other and not to live as individuals and to be selfish. Okay? So when I said that, I watched a world, and she had to go as an individual woman around this world when they stopped. I actually forgot the year that they blackballed Lauryn Hill out of the music industry, but it happened slowly, and then it happened faster when she wasn't getting no more shows. Everybody was talking about her. And the sad thing is why I say Pras and why Clef is bad, because yeah, you had a little relationship with Wyclef, but the thing is, and this is why it's crazy, you got to watch who you share your body with. You got to watch who you share your energy with. Because those same people that you share your body with and your energy with, they'll take your energy. They'll take your soul. They'll take some of your spirit. Okay. Now, when you look at that album, right? There's only certain women I would ever really compare to that album. And that's like Queen Latifah and MC Lyte. Okay? That I will compare to that album. Not as albums to albums, but if I ever had to look at a lady in Lauryn Hill generation to the ladies from before Lauryn Hill, I would say Queen Latifah and MC Lyte. You know? And I'll put this quick example too, because I remember when you look at a real... Hold on, let me read your comments in here. I don't want to be disrespectful. Okay. If Lauryn Hill was making new music, she would blow all these chicken heads out the water. And that's straight fact. But you know what? Let me build on that right here. And this is how I want my people to grow. Lauryn Hill will be talking about uplifting the soul and uplifting the heart and uplifting the mind, right? But nowadays, my people and our people don't like that, because they would want a lady, as a black woman or a Latino woman, you got to twerk. You got to show that behind. You got to show me how big your titties is. You got to show me how your hips is. You got to show me how dirty you could talk. You got to show... and that's how they would want to respect the black and Latino woman in the music industry. They wouldn't want the black and the Latino woman to respect themselves. But let me tell you something, world. I don't care how none of you feel. I want my black and Latino women to respect themselves, and you must respect them as well, because it's just teaching generation after generation to disrespect the women. Okay? So people don't know what they talking about when they talking about keep it going on. No. You must kill certain things, okay? Because when you kill that, the only things a lot of people care about when they looks at the reason why I say certain things a certain way, because a lot of people in this music industry, they like to play it, but I'm going to say it plain and direct. In this music industry, 90% of the males and even the females could care less about the women, okay? I'm tired of playing games with people nowadays. Okay, because when I studied this music game, whether it's rap or reggae, or whether it's jazz or whether it's R&B, they always threw the ladies in the back burner. They always threw the ladies in the back burner. So when you talk about we looking at what we looking at right now in the rap game, I love her to death. I ain't gonna front. I love her. She my girl, Cardi B. But the shit is, if you really look at it, and this is how we're teaching each other so wrong in the ghetto. Cardi B could do whatever she want. But just the other day, her and Offset, they broke up, but they had kids together. And nowadays, Cardi B is going with Stephon Diggs. And this music industry, it shows you where it doesn't care about family, okay? Because Cardi B and Offset had a family. But they had their little problems. And this is just to show you, though. In this music industry, it don't respect the male or it don't respect the female, because they'll let people sleep with different people. It will let people carry diseases onto different people. It will let people destroy people. And at the end of the day, people will say this and that, this and that. No. Okay? Because you would wonder where problems come from, but when problems are there, nobody says nothing. For example, Remy Martin and Papoose had a relationship for years. But what happened now? Clarissa Shields and Papoose is together. Remy and Easy the Block Captain is together. And it's to show you. It's not a diss, but I'm just say it plain and simple. My black people, learn how to build relationships, okay? Learn how to build relationships. Because it's showing you how we are not building good relationships, okay? You're just building temporary relationships, and it's okay for Remy and Papoose to diss each other in front of the public when they got a child together. It's okay for Offset and Cardi B to diss each other in front of the public when they have a child together. And this is why I say the ghetto or the hood or whatever we call this thing, we must learn to treat each other better. I am sick of us doing nonsense and thinking that we are going to build as a community and build as a people, when time by time we are hurting each other slowly but surely. Okay, excuse me. She give us the truth. Zion is one of my favorite albums. L Boogie is timeless. Yes, she is. Her Money founded their first album. Oh, damn, I'm trying to remember the Fugees. I'm trying to remember. If I'm correct, the first album, the name was The Score. If I'm correct. I had to look back inside of my memory bank inside of my head. True. God created us to be there for each other. And that's what we supposed to. Don't forget the color, forget the religion, forget the gender. We all are on this earth and in this universe together. Together. Yes, we may have many divisions, but at the end of the day, we are here locked down together. Logical. I don't forget to post the poem, My Black Suit. You know, like, no, I gotta check that one out too. Okay, let me see. Mister, I think for myself, I can't keep up with many paradigms, open minds. Okay, this earth is a psychological, physical and spiritual battlefield. Anything goes. Psychological and spiritual battlefield. Anything goes. Excuse me. The devil is lurking and the righteous must stay working. I like that right there. I like that. That's, let me pin that message right there. That's for real, and that's something that we must keep going. That's something that we must keep going. Okay. Now, my main point of making this live is I'm kind of, people actually think that it's, when you say you're sick of something, that they think that is okay. It can't be okay to just let something go by, and that's not correct, because I never could be perfect, but I don't like to watch people going down and people are not moving up, you know. I like for us to move up as a people worldwide. And later on, I'm going to build more deeply into this music game of a lot more other people, about a lot more other genres, and we're going to get to the bottom of this industry and this entertainment industry, from the basketball players to the football players. I'm going to dig deep, and I don't care how they like it, or I don't care how anybody like it. Mr. I think for myself, if that's you, Elder, thank you, man. You know, your average logical thinker, thank you for being in the building. And thank you, open-minded. Hold on, let me see. I think, okay. Yeah, I think it went through. No, thank you. Hold on. I'm trying. I hope it went through for you guys. I put you as moderators, Much respect to you guys, though, for coming through and giving me your time and your energy. I respect it, And like I was thinking before I started this live, we have to make it okay for people in this world to be okay. God bless and much love to everybody out there. I will be back later on, possibly after 4:30. You have a great day as well, man, and peace and love to you, and enjoy your day for now, Oh, I just wanted to make sure, Elder, cause I done seen a whole bunch of different Delvins on YouTube, and long as I'm knowing in my life, I only known one Delvin that my mother and father created. Other Delvin, but I only know one Delvin, and that's me. God bless to you and everybody out there. Lion love.